Hey everybody, it is Travis Holzem with Food Foret Design Solutions coming to you from Roberts, Wisconsin. And today I am starting phase one of a multiple phase food forest design blueprint installation. And today I am mapping out a windbreak of trees and also a wall of sunflowers. It's going to be a 80-foot wall of sunflowers. Okay, this is going to be along the property line, this windbreak, and this windbreak is 300 feet long on both sides, so it's an L shape, 300 feet, and there's going to be about 40 trees between the two sides of this property line. But I'm going to turn you around and show you. Basically, I've got a mason line run from one side to the other, 300 feet down, so I can keep my line straight when I plant these trees. But they're going to be inside, 6 feet inside of the property line. But I'll turn you around and show you what we got. And we just cut the grass as far down as we can, and I'm going to be sheet mulching the sunflower patch, and the rest, those are all windbreak trees, so I'm going to put those straight into the ground, but I'm going to mulch all the trees, heavy mulch, to protect them root systems and root balls. But I'm going to turn you around here. And okay, here's the front of the property, and so if you can see that red or that orange flag right there, that is going to be the only tree in the front side of the property right now. There'll be some mulberry trees in here once the chicken coop gets put in over here next spring. But here we are, we're at the property line in front. This is along the main highway, and 300, I don't know if you could see it way down there, there's a birdhouse sticking up, or a wood duck house, something. Anyway, the property marker is right at the bottom of that post with the birdhouse on it. So I run a mason line. I just grabbed the cheap white stuff because I don't need to worry about the color, and it's much cheaper to get the white than the colored stuff. So here we go. We got that run. We got our sunflowers. We're gonna have 5 different types of perennial sunflower growing here, and let me just walk along. So we got our starts we're going to put in the ground, and then we're going to, once it's sheet mulched and we get these planted tomorrow, I'm going to heavily seed this entire run. So next spring they're going to be a wall of sunflowers here, and planting them now will give them a chance to establish their root systems before winter. And then we're going to add some straw over the top of these before the ground freezes, so they can be protected over the winter. And then we got 80 feet down to the end of this. Okay, here's my little marker here for the end of the sunflower patch. So here we are. Okay, that's going to be all sheet mulch tomorrow. I couldn't get my soil today because we had 2 major storms come through. One came through last night about 8:30, something like that, a really bad storm with high winds. And the company I get my soil from had a tarp over the soil, and it was fine after the first storm. But then another storm came through at 4:30 this morning with winds that were even more forceful than the storm earlier, and it blew the tarps off of the soil, and it got wet. So the soil is kind of wet today, so we gotta wait till tomorrow morning on the soil. And with all the trees down from these storms, the company I get my mulch from is out removing downed trees. But hopefully my mulch is going to show up today. If not, my mulch will be here bright and early in the morning. So tomorrow when I get here, all I'm going to have to do is put everything in the ground, because as soon as I get this mapped out, I'm going to start drilling all my holes. I'm going to have all my trees marked, and there'll be holes drilled in the ground. So tomorrow all I have to do is put them in the ground, add the soil amendments to the hole, pack them root balls in, and then mulch, and they will be done. So that's going to be tomorrow's job. But we're going 300 feet this way, and then about, see where that where the playground is, the kids playground, we're going to be going about 50 feet past that. So 300 feet down that way. I'm going to run another line in a few minutes going that way, and then I'm going to map out the distance between all my trees, and then I'm going to start drilling the holes and start. I have like 20 trees over here now, and I got 25 more trees to get in the morning, and so there's about 55 trees total, and or 45 trees total, sorry. And then I have fruit tree guilds that I'll show you, and those fruit tree guilds are going to be 12 foot in diameter with the fruit tree in the middle. And then we're going to have comfrey, clover, wild strawberry, yarrow, chives spread out in those guilds as the support plants for those fruit trees. So those tomorrow, I'll have the holes drilled for them fruit trees also today. I'll show you in a little bit. But the trees that will be going on this windbreak, we got Norway spruce, we have red maple, autumn blaze maple for color in the fall, and then we got white pine, hybrid poplar, and red chokeberry, and what else we got here? Oh, butternut and hazelnut. So the butternut and chokeberry are going to be on this length, this side that we're doing now, and then all the spruces, poplars, and pines are all going to be on the far back side. And then there'll be a white pine up front here, and some on the other side, the far side, way over there. There's going to be some trees over there. Thank you. There'll be some trees planted, some spruce, and I think just spruce are going to be going over there. Yeah, all right. So that's that, and that's this is day one, and unfortunately we had them storms come through last night, so I got set back, and so tomorrow I'll have a helper out here with me to move this soil and mulch while I plant all the trees. And so by the time my labor gets done with sheet mulching this sunflower patch and my fruit tree guilds, I should be finished putting the trees in the ground, and Then I just had to plant out the fruit tree guilds, and then I'll be finished tomorrow afternoon sometime. And then next spring I will be putting in a large food forest and eventually a pond, a greenhouse, a gazebo, or pergola. I'm not sure which yet. And then inside the food forest, I'm going to be putting a seated area with a goji berry trellis over the top of it. So most likely just your basic picnic table to sit at with a goji berry trellis going over the top of it. And but when it's all said and done, there's going to be 95 different varieties of plants, trees, bushes. Everything is food producing except the windbreak trees. Everything other than that, everything is a food producing or support plant or bush. Nitrogen fixers, dynamic accumulators, and your ground covers, all that type of stuff. Your pollinators, insect attractors. And it's gonna be a beautiful yard. And I walked the perimeter of this yard today. I have a new app I'm using on my phone that can measure distance as I walk. So all I have to do is turn my phone on, and I just stand in one spot and then click start, and it will record my steps and measure the entire perimeter of this property. And I walk this perimeter. It's 1.93 acres all the way around the perimeter of this property. So yeah, 2 long sides, 300 feet apiece. And that's actually 300 for the most part. Give or take 10 feet on a side if you measure it perfectly. But I'm gonna get all these trees mapped out, and when I'm all finished up for the day, I'll take you for a little walk around this property and show you what I got done. Have an amazing day, my friends. Grow food, not lawns. See ya.